It was a rain this afternoon on multiple charges. Fox News' Camille Amiri joining us live from Highland Park Justice Center there with the very latest. Camille.
Yeah, we just wrapped up a press conference at 4 o'clock here at the police department. We learned a lot about this case, absolutely horrific details. We're going to take a look at some video of the arraignment and the picture of Vincent Weaver, the 29-year-old teacher who allegedly sexually assaulted a 12-year-old student over a 4-month period of time. Happening at George Washington Carver Academy on school grounds, according to police. Happening, like I said, over a 4-month period. The initial tip came in. The victim initially reported it on May 15th. And then they were able to arrest him literally 24 hours later on the 16th. He had been suspended from school. The teacher had been suspended from teaching on May 2nd on an unrelated incident when police say that he had a sex toy fall out of his school bag. So keep in mind, he'd been suspended May 2nd. Then the complaint came in May 15th. He had not been in the school since then, and then arrested on May 16th. Take a listen to the charges.
Today, the suspect, Vincent Weaver, was charged with criminal sexual conduct in the first degree, 1 count, 2 counts of criminal sexual conduct in the second degree, and misdemeanor indecent exposure. He was given a bond today by the 30th District Court of $250,000 cash or surety, and in the event that he is able to bond out, he's required to wear a GPS tether.
And interesting fact about this teacher, he's a dance teacher, and there was a performance on May 16th that he was a big part of, the police said, and he was told he could not come because, of course, he had been suspended on May 2nd. But police say he dressed up like an elderly woman, wearing a wig and glasses and a mask and heavy clothes to disguise himself just so he could go to that dance performance on May 16th, and that's when he was arrested. Of course, we're going to have a lot more on this story coming up at 6 and 10, but we do want to tell you that police believe there could be more victims, and if that is the case, they want them to come forward and call Highland Park Police. Reporting live in Highland Park, Camille Amiri, Fox 2 News.
Well, with what you just said, I'm sure a lot of people at home are wondering exactly what they just heard. Very odd. But with that being said, do police suspect that this was happening, these alleged acts, at the school?
Yeah, I mean, what was one of the questions we did ask, they didn't want to talk about whether the student was a male or female. We did get the age out as 12 years old, as I reported, but saying that this happened on school grounds. I don't know if it happened in between classes, after school, but there was definitely a grooming process. This teacher, police say, was very well liked, very popular, very nice, very trusted. And of course, we do know from covering these stories that that's often how they gain the trust of these students, because they are just everybody's friend and so well liked. And of course, you saw in that mugshot too, the flowery blouse. I believe that was part of his costume when he was dressed as an elderly woman to go to this dance performance. So just a lot of layers to this one. Of course, the victim, how brave this victim is to come forward to tell his or her parents, and then for them to report. And police are really hoping that if there are other people out there watching, that they do the same thing. Taryn, back to you.
Yes, if there are more victims out there, they must come forward. Thank you so much, Camille.